Kempton Park for the next. This is the 888 Sport Take 'em on Adonis Juvenile Hurdle Grade 2 contest. Couple of juvenile contests in a row here. Song for Someone is the one that doesn't go. That is Rose C. Haas for Dr. Richard Newland. My first runner in these colours for Dr. Richard Newland, the Sumner and Isaac Suede colours. Sanchez and Davis rides. Rosie Haas, a big price, 20 to 1. But at the top of them is Fusil Raffles, another one in the Munir and Suede colours, 4 to 1. Petit Palais, shortened up again, was available at 10 to 1 yesterday, now 9 to 2 shot for all. We do have one out of this, of course, but it wouldn't have had a huge impact on the market. Echo, 6 to 1. Red Force 1, 8 to 1. As is Giving Glances, it's 9 to 1, and bigger the rest. This newcomer out here then, Fusil Raffles, one of 2 in the race for these owners. Another nice one potentially for Nicky Henderson, and Daryl Jacob heads the betting. Let's join Niall.
Yeah, thanks Tom. 4 to 1 the field and 12 runners, sort of tells you it's a wide open race, and it's been that sort of way this season. No real juvenile this side of the RC has really stamped their authority, James Bowman.
Yeah, I think what's key, you want to see an impressive winner. It's very open in the market, very open in the paddock looks, and the form-wise, nothing's shown a Triumph Hurdle piece of form yet, really, in the UK. Kel Destin apart, he's by far our best representative, and he might just struggle, so I'm hoping to see something win nicely today. Which one? That is the question mark.
4 to 1 the favourite, Fusil Raffles. He's obviously not been the easiest to train.
No, he's only had 2 starts so far. I thought he was a paddock pick walking around. I thought he looked very well on his first start in the UK. Daryl Jacobs chosen to ride him out of the 2 Isaac Suede horses, and probably deserves to set the market there at 4 to 1, but you'd like to see him a little bit stronger, really, from the yard he's from.
Echo goes here for Paul Nicholls and Harry Cobden. Interestingly, he introduces him here. He introduced a certain Sir Candra. He won this before going on to win at Cheltenham and Aintree.
Yes, he's a German individual. Won his race quite nicely back in May. Struggled in better company, but got to respect the connections. Harry Cobden's chosen rider of the field.
Yep. Okay, see how he gets on as they circle round at the start. 4 to 1 the field. Petit Palais is second in for Tom George and Jonathan Burke. Galileo Gold, half-brother. Yeah, interesting pedigree, isn't it? Son of Champs-Élysées, £26,000 I think he was from John Gosden, which is quite cheap, really, bearing in mind what his National Hunt horses cost. Really impressive debut success at Ludlow. He actually ran behind Verdana Blue on the flat in his last outing in that sphere for John Gosden. He looks like he's going to be quite handy. I don't think there's going to be a great deal of pace. The Newland horse has made a running in France, Rose C. Haas, but he might not go that quick. A lot of them have been quite keen in their races and like to get a lead, so the fact he's been ridden pretty prominently, he's got that experience at Ludlow in the bag. I'd probably just edge towards Petit Palais. Okay. Red Force 1, Paul Nicholls, it would appear. Not first choice, according to Jockey Book. Has been Noel Philly looking for a quick fire double? Yes, Noel Philly rides. Ran well under Meg in a handicap on the flats here at Kempton. Did hang left-handed on that occasion, so it'll be very interesting to see if he does the same first run over jumps. Giving Glances has got experience. Is she good enough? BHA written of 127. If she runs that mark, you'd be slightly disappointed if it's not something better. Yes, I think that's a fair point. I think Priceps has probably got a better chance maybe for Alan King. I thought that market raising race was quite a deep little race. And his attitude has improved. For Mark Prescott, he was a little bit tricky, but I think Herdlin's made a bit of a man of him. So for me, out of the 2 Alan King runners, I actually think he's overpriced at 14 to 1. And beat the judges in there. He's 10 to 1 to Cesar from 9 to 1. He's penalised for a success over course and distance, but he was well held at Ascot under that penalty. Yeah, it wasn't a strong race, was it, when he won here first time out over Christmas? And Ascot, again, I don't think it was the strongest of contests. A little bit too keen at the back of the field. And again, worry here, if they don't go that quick, a few of these might race too keenly. Okay, we're set. The 888 Sport. Take him on. Adonis, Juvenile Hurdler, walking forward towards the tip. Let's see what's going to win it. Let's get back up and rejoin Simon.
Yes, nearing the tape now. I like the way Fusil Raffles went to the start. Really likeable type. Anyway, they're coming in. We'll see what he's like. The starter about to let them go. These young horses very well behaved indeed. A couple of them making their hurdling debuts this afternoon. And he gently drops the flag, and away they go. Deadline Diva dropped out at the rear of the field. Rose C. Haas is the early leader from Petit Palais, giving Glances in the hoop sleeves on the inside. Close up Fusil Raffles. White sleeves wider Precepts, followed by the grey Red Force 1. And then Pajero as they jump flight number 1. Echo was a little bit slow on the outside, a little untidy perhaps as they head on towards the second. And Rosie Haas from Petit Palais. Precepts and Fusil Raffles, and then Giving Glances and Beat the Judge, followed by Red Force One on the outside, the grey. Pajero and then Echo and Protectorate held up towards the back with Needs to Be Seen and Deadline Diva. So heading past the judge with a circuit to go in the 888 Sport Take 'em On Adonis Juvenile Hurdle. Very much a trial for the Triumph Hurdle at the Cheltenham Festival. And Rosie Haas leads the way. 2 in second, Petit Palais. Precepts on the outside of Giving Glances, the 2 Alan King train runners. Followed in 5th by Fusil Raffles. Then Beat the Judge on the inside of Red Force One, Protectorate in the red jacket. Followed then by Echo, Pajero, Needs to Be Seen, and lastly Deadline Diva. On towards the next couple of flights, Rosie Haas and Sam Twiston Davis on the inside of Petit Palais and Johnny Burke as they clear this one, and they're all safely over. In third is Precepts on the outside, Wayne Hutchinson, Fusil Raffles and Giving Glances close up as they cleared the next. Then Beat the Judge in 6th place, followed by Red Force One on the outside of Echo. And then Protectorate round the inside, Needs to Be Seen is further back, third last, second last Pajero, and weighted with, anchored in last place by Paddy Brennan, is Deadline Diva. Turning now into the back straight, and Rosie Haas still leads by a length to Petit Palais. Precepts on the outside of Fusil Raffles, and then Giving Glances round the inside. They're followed by Beat the Judge and Red Force One. Echo behind these, Protectorate, Needs to Be Seen, Pajero, and lastly Deadline Diva. Approaching the next, this is flight number 5 of the 8. Rosie Haas measures it well on the inside. A blunder there, a slight mistake from Precepts out wide. Fusil Raffles tracks the leaders still with Giving Glances and Beat the Judge. Red Force One improving on the outside in the blue cap, the grey horse, followed by Echo, who's past 1 or 2. Protectorate on the inside, and then Deadline Diva, Needs to Be Seen, and Pajero over 3 out. Rosie Haas by a length and a half to Petit Palais. Fusil Raffles travels nicely in 3rd place from Precepts. Giving Glances now being pushed along. Beat the Judge is improving. So too Red Force One and Echo. Protectorate round the inside as they make the right-hander back towards the home straight with 2 flights left to jump. Rosie Haas, Petit Palais in the slipstream on the inside. Fusil Raffles, Daryl Jacob sitting motionless at this stage. Precepts is 4th. Then Beat the Judge continuing to close, and then a couple of lengths back to Red Force One and Echo and Protectorate. Giving Glances and Deadline Diva baking ground from the back of the field. Down the home run, Rosie Haas, Petit Palais, Fusil Raffles coming there very smoothly. Precepts with a chance and Beat the Judge over 2 out. Precepts might have touched down just ahead of Fusil Raffles. Then Beat the Judge charging down the outside from Petit Palais. Fusil Raffles shaken up now by Jacob and picks up well to go on from Precepts at the last. Fusil Raffles over clear and begins to draw right away. Oh, this is very good. It is Fusil Raffles, draws 10 lengths clear in the blink of an eye, and is going to canter home in the Adonis. Surely a Triumph Hurdle contender of the highest order. Fusil Raffles canters home. From in second, Beat the Judge. Precepts third, and then in fourth, Red Force One.
We wanted somebody to stamp their authority on it, and Fusil Raffles has done just that. 4-1 favourite. He's absolutely dotted in the Adonis Juvenile Hurdle, and Nick Anderson and Daryl Jacob got a live Triumph Hurdle candidate on their hands, it would appear. He's Beat the Judge, who ran with credit in second place under his penalty for Gary and Josh Moore, and back in third, Precepts for Alan King and Wayne Hudson.
Yes, that's what we wanted, wasn't it? A real impressive win. Paddock pick, travelled very nicely throughout the contest, and a minimum fastest gone clear.
6-1, Skybet, the best in the village so far as they come through. Unibet 10s from 33s, as they're not as impressed as we head to 4 from home, and you just pick them up. It was a steady early gallop. They appeared to quicken before the halfway point. He's in a perfect position. Yeah, the white cap suede runner, Rosie Haas, has set the running at a decent enough pace. They're quickening up down the back straight, but you can see Daryl Jacob always travelling very, very nicely there in the box seat, third place. Precepts on his outside, starting to come off the bridle, but the winner always looked the best horse in this race. Okay, as they're about to swing back towards home. A wide variety of prices, some as short as 9-2, some as big as 10-1 for the Triumph Hurdle. Swing back towards home. A few of them are never really got into this. Echo is under a ride. Wider out stable companion Red Force 1. I thought momentarily he was going to pick up a little bit more than he did. But the winner's just tracking through Petit Palais down towards the inside he switches, and he just looks thoroughly professional.
Yes, he's a typical French individual. He's got 2 runs over France. Very impressive when he won the first time. Just nice to see a winner come clear, because we've lacked that, I think, in the British juveniles so far. Beat the judge, cracking run from him. He obviously goes very well here at Kempton because he won here over Christmas. He was the next best travelling type into the race, and I thought he was actually going to get the winner at a real race, entering the home straight. But nice to see him quick, and Daryl Jacobs not asking him to do anything, yet he's still putting clear a mark of a good horse.
We'll try and get a word with Connections very shortly indeed. But in the meantime, let's get back to Tom and tally up the full result.
A 5th win in the race for Nicky Henderson. Fusil Raffles wins under Daryl Jacob. Wins pretty nicely as well. 4-1 favourite. Had to be asked a few questions turning in, but then picked up the bit again and extended away, and won eased down in the end. Beat the judge was 2nd. Better again from him back here. 10-1. Praceps was 3rd. 14-1. And they finished as you expected them to, based upon their ratings. Beat the judge 129, carrying 11-1. Praceps carrying 10-12, 124. But Fusil Raffles on first go over here was far too good for the lot of them. Based upon what you've seen there, Mark, it would be all roads to the triumph, you'd imagine.
You'd have to do.